Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. If A is a success in life, then A equals X plus Y plus Z, work is X, Y is play, and Z is keeping your mouth shut. When you trip over love, it is easy to get up, but when you fall in love, it is impossible to stand again. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. We all know that light travels faster than sound. That's why certain people appear bright until you hear them speak. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Wisdom is not a product of schooling but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. You can never solve a problem on the level on which it was created. What a sad era when it is easier to smash an atom than a prejudice. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. I never teach my pupils, I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it, he who doesn't, pays it. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. Student is not a container you have to fill but a torch you have to light up. The only sure way to avoid making mistakes is to have no new ideas. You have to learn the rules of the game, and then you have to play better than anyone else. The true value of a human being can be found in the degree to which he has attained liberation from the self. Three great forces rule the world: stupidity, fear, and greed. At least once a day, allow yourself the freedom to think and dream for yourself. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. No amount of experimentation can ever prove me right. A single experiment can prove me wrong. Never do anything against conscience, even if the state demands it. As our circle of knowledge expands, so does the circumference of darkness surrounding it. Everything that is really great and inspiring is created by the individual who can labor in freedom. Intelligence is not the ability to store information, but to know where to find it. Anyone who doesn't take truth seriously in small matters cannot be trusted in large ones either. It is my conviction that killing under the cloak of war is nothing but an act of murder. Failing isn't bad when you learn what not to do. There is nothing known as perfect. It's only those imperfections which we choose not to see. The value of a college education is not the learning of many facts but the training of the mind to think. The person who reads too much and uses his brain too little will fall into lazy habits of thinking. Ego equals one by knowledge. More the knowledge, lesser the ego, lesser the knowledge, more the ego. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. I think 99 times and find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in silence, and the truth comes to me.